Let me give you 5 pieces of dialogue that I think are going to really help you. Um, at the moment, with the sort of stuff buyers and sellers are saying, I think they'll be extremely useful. So let me give you the first one. The first one is what I'm doing at the moment to get vendors to accept offers, because a lot of them, I've noticed, they want to win the lottery. They're actually increasing what they're expecting to get. I mean, they'll go through a 4-week campaign, and at the end of the 4 weeks, they actually want more than when the property was listed. Yet the reality is the market's still pretty good, that it's not going up with the craziness it was. In fact, it's plateaued for most parts of real estate that I talk to agents. Thank you, Tane. And Tane's another example of a gym student that went to 100 sales, but our goal with Tane is 150 now. 150 a year, not 100 a year. So guys and girls, let me give you the technique I use at the moment to get vendors to accept offers. So imagine this. We're $50,000 short at an auction. I'll come in and I'll speak to the owners, and the owners will say, no, we want more. And all I do is I pull out my phone, and I'm going to just show you the slide I show them. I show them this slide. This is the slide. And if you see my cursor, I say here is where Liberal won the election by surprise and the market went up. Here is when the lockdown started and clearance rates dropped. Then the market went crazy, and so did your price. And then I point out here and I say, as you can see, the last 2 to 3 weeks, we're seeing this trend line. And then I point here and say, you got a choice. You got 2 choices. You can sell right here now. Oops. Sorry, gang. You can sell right here now, or you can sell down here in a few months' time. So gang, So gang, I find this graph really helpful, right? So that's the first technique I use at the moment when a vendor is saying, oh no, but the market's still going good. I say, listen, you've got a view, the buyers have a view, let's look at the data. The second thing I want to let you know is a beautiful script that I use. A beautiful script that I use is called If I Will You. If I will you. If I. Do you remember when you were young, right? When you were young, do you remember when your mum used to say, if I make you brownies, will you go clean up your room? If you eat your broccoli, I'll make sure you can have some ice cream. Right? It was if I. We're trained as young people in this if I. And I've got to say to you, you can use this so well in real estate. Let me give you an example. A buyer says, will they take 800? You don't say, oh, maybe. No, you say this. If I was going to go there tonight and try and get them to accept it, would you sign a contract to help me have power in my approach? If I were to go over and see them tonight, would you sign a contract to help me get it accepted? Or the vendor at a listing presentation that says, but the other agent said that they would do it at 1.5%. Your response is, if I were to do it at 1.5%, would you give me the okay today? You see, my friends, you don't want to be this sucker that gets caught out, that when a vendor says, the other agent said they would do it at 1.5%, and then you say, yeah, I would do it as well. And then they say, okay, Well, we've got a lot to think about. Leave it with us. So don't forget it. If, will, use it all the time. The next thing I want to let you know is right now, you've got a lot of people that plan to come onto the market in September, October, November. The irony is they're better off being on the market in June, July, August. So a nice piece of dialogue for you to use to your prospective seller database is most vendors think that coming on the market in spring is going to get them more money. Mr. and Mrs. Vendor, in fact, spring is when all the homes come on the market. So what you want to do is you want to be a buyer in spring. How do you become a buyer in spring? By being a seller in winter. Mr. and Mrs. Vendor, how open-minded would you be if I had buyers right now that could pay you an amazing figure that we lock them in, and then you can set yourself up to be a buyer in spring? Very powerful. Even if you've got to say to them, hey, listen, you might not be ready to launch now, but let's list now, and I've got it in my top pocket if we've got a buyer, and we can launch later if it's not sold. But I want you to beat all the other vendors in the race to the market, because I want you to be sold when they're coming on the market and the market's softening. Guys and girls, that's the next one. And by the way, let me give you another thing that you should be doing right now. And that is buyers that were coming through opens 3 months ago, buyers that were making internet inquiries 3 months ago are often people that are about to come on the market now. They were making buyer inquiries then, but they're actually sellers now. Big tip: chase up all your old 3-month inquiry. It's the great window of opportunity, and ask them this question. Hey, you'd been in contact with us 3 months ago. How's the sale of your place going? Great question to ask, because a lot of them are going to say, it's not on the market yet. And you have got yourself in that position at that great opportunity of when they're about to come on. Guys and girls, remember that, the 3-month window opportunity. The next thing is, my friends, I want to share with you, the last thing is my favorite script that I use. I use it in my personal life. I use it with my staff. I use it with my family. I use it at work. I use it with buyers. I use it with vendors. Here it is. It's the most simple 3 words. Why is that? Why is that? Think about it. Let me give you a few scenarios. You see, do you understand when you say, why is that? They have to open up and let you into their world and understand really what they're saying. So they say to you, hey, we're not in a hurry to sell. Why is that? A vendor, your fee's too high. Why is that? Think about it. They've got to then say, oh, because we were talking to some other agents and the other agents are coming in at like 0.5% less. Oh, wow, okay. So what you're saying to me is, if I was the same fee as them, would you go with me then? Why is that? Did it to my daughter the other night. Daddy, I'm going to get home after 11 o'clock. Why is that? Yeah, because I'm going out and all of a sudden this story that she had to unfold it. I'm meeting a friend of mine that I never meet out. She's from the North Shore, right? And why is that? Oh, because we're starting school holidays, right? Okay. And it's my last chance for me to really go out big before the HSC, which starts in 3 months. Okay, so what you're saying to me, sweetie, is that after this, it's head down, right? Yeah, yeah, okay. My friends, why is that? Remember in life, the game that I spoke about, give, give, give. You'll get invited to a lot more opportunities in your life. Replace always be closing with always be educating. Always be educating your marketplace because you want to become the source of information such that the time comes when they need an agent, they've already picked an agent. You were their agent before the listing presentation.